1, and go. Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. You're joining the awesome foursome. We're not in the fuck bunker. We haven't done that for quite a while, but we are all in our houses and we're coming to you in your eyes on YouTube on the stream tonight, and also we are coming to you in your ears as well. If you're listening to us on any of the podcatchers, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, whichever ones you like, we're on there. This week we're going, and yes, thank you, Duncan. This week we're going to be talking about the actors that we would most like to go for a drink with, and we'll obviously talk about the stuff that we chat about, get up to, and that's what we're going to do. So let's do the introductions first. Hello, Russ.
Hello.
Hello, Duncan.
Hello.
Hello, Dan.
I need to stress, not fuck.
Yes. And I am Tom. I've been told by Dan to stress that when we say we're going to talk about actors that we'd like to go for a drink with, there's no funny business implied here at all. It's literally going for a drink at a pub, having a chat, you know, and a night out. You know, we can do stuff. We can go for a pizza and a kebab, but we're not going to fuck them. Okay?
I think at this
or rate their dicks.
I was gonna skirt around that one because I was gonna say we're just gonna do this and say stop. Okay.
Yeah. Just give a generic number rating. 85. Yeah. What does that mean? I don't know.
It's quite good. It's out of 90.
It's just so arbitrary. Out of 93.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Lob rate to length to.
We're keeping it classy.
Keeping it classy.
I mean, you know, really, as ever, I don't see when that's ever not been an issue for this podcast.
I think we should talk about what the evening would entail as well. That was part of it as well. Like, it's if Henry Cavill isn't the first one mentioned, I'll be disappointed.
Number one, Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill's definitely there. Yeah.
So breaking the first rule, which was no funny business, I would let this man do unspeakable things to me.
No, but like, the thing about Henry Cavill is, especially to, let's face it, people like us, he seems like I genuinely think we could be friends with him. But yeah. I think that is just an aura that he gives off, and everyone in the world is thinking, no, but I think I really would be mates with him.
I just want to ask him what it's like going to Warhammer World and having people want your picture taken. Like, that for me is the dream. Like, going to Warhammer World and being like famous enough that you're there, like, they want my picture, rather than just going to Warhammer World and just spending a ridiculous amount of money.
I mean, he would definitely like Darkfire. What's the cafe called? Darkfire
Cafe. Yes, he would.
Yeah,
yes,
I think he would really enjoy that.
Nice, butchered that nice little advert there. That's good. Well done. They're really good. They're in St Albans. Darkfire Cafe. Go there for all your wargaming needs. They don't sponsor us anyway, but they could.
They could. There's a slot.
Well,
there's some people that
if we get Henry Cavill to rock up for a casual Tuesday evening session at Darkfire, then they definitely owe us, like, you know, like a free fully punched coffee card or something.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. The coffee
Henry
is incredible
Cavill
as well.
If you are one of our secret listeners, I think he's a secret listener. You know, I think Henry Cavill has been listening to us for maybe the last 3 or 4 years. When he was building his PC, you guys were building the PC. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Someone was inspired. Is what
I built mine first, so yeah, I built mine first. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, you built yours, and then he took his T-shirt off, and underneath was a perfect vest and those incredible arms, and then he built a PC with his muscles, didn't he?
We wore very similar clothing when we built our PCs, and I remember looking at myself going, look at the state of you, like, as I built it. And then I remember seeing him build it, and I'm like,
so
it was a real, like I always thought I had quite a lot of finesse, quite, like, technically adept, very poised and delicate, but then most of that was like looking at a thing and then just sort of going, okay, so I just need to gently pop that on there, and then sort of just like ram it, like going sort of like wrist first into it and just sort of pushing through until like you're up to your elbow in it. I think, that's not quite what I meant to do there.
For me, it was like how often I was. Did it click? Did it actually click? Did it click? I'm not sure it clicked.
Like, I don't think I've ever felt stress like mounting a CPU. with all those
CP
pins.
And the CPU is the one that you just don't want to fuck up, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
it's so expensive, and as you say, all those pins as well.
You guys had AMD sockets, didn't you? So you had the pins rather than sliding the thing in. I now have an AMD socket. No, honestly, that was stressful. And the RAM, seating the RAM was stress levels known only to fighter pilots. Like I just thought as soon as I heard the first one click into place, I said, fuck the motherboard. It's fucked.
You're right, Tom. We are basically fighter pilots.
Yeah.
Because we built PCs.
Capable of handling that sort of level of stress. Is
Put
what I'm saying.
together 4-ish things
Yeah.
and didn't explode it.
Yeah. They should put us in charge of F-35s.
So
Yeah.
we're not really going to go for a drink with Henry Cavill, are we?
So someone one of our listeners, Brooke, has said, I thought you said not fuck Jesus, easy on Henry. You know.
Oh no! I don't imagine for a moment that
Yeah.
I would be making love to Henry. He's far too powerful a man. He would be making love to me if he wants to. I'm not saying
No.
he's going to take me home. I'm just
we've got to
if
take
it
our
goes well.
opportunities where they come here, and really the opportunity here is to go to Bugman's bar at Warhammer World.
Yes,
with a genuine
that's what I was
Hollywood
gonna say.
celebrity. And I don't see any other way that that's going to happen.
And
Yeah.
also have a game of Kill Team.
No, he's better than
He plays
Kill Team.
Custodians, doesn't he? So he'd probably just decimate.
Oh yeah.
He'd
I
be
think-
playing full on 40k.
I was going to say
2,000 points.
he strikes me as a full-on campaign
Yeah.
man.
2,000
When
point
Dan
army.
impresses him with all his motherfucking tanks.
I'll impress him with how badly he would beat me, because I am fucking terrible at the
Do
game.
you know what though? I will say this about Henry Cavill. I think he's going to be one of those people who is not just into the things that we like, but is
Yeah.
kind of a bit like Russ, frustratingly good at the
Yeah.
things that we like. You know, like
you've
Russ.
never played me at 40k
Should we-
or anything, so
No,
have you?
but
we should
you just-
badmouth Russell more.
But you just what annoys me about you, Russ, is you can just pick up something with some and get a paintbrush, and then in literally about 30 seconds, it's immaculately painted, weathered,
Heavy metal
incredibly
style.
credible,
That is complete
heavy
bullshit.
metal
Also-
style, and it's absolutely amazing. It's perfect, and like literally, you put in fucking no effort.
that
it's
bit's
really
accurate.
frustrating, and I get really angry, and like honestly, I sob
And
into my
Henry
wife's
Cavill-
chest.
Essentially,
I've been doing it
you
on
are
and off for
our
like
Henry
20
Cavill.
years. And also,
So have I, Russ.
But also, they're not good.
Russ.
They're really good, man. You have a
Do you
talent,
know,
like, an
it's
unsung
all-
talent.
It's all speed paint. Speed
Ah,
paint
speed
and dry
paint's
brushing.
good.
That's all you need.
Do you use speed paint or do you use contrast paint?
Well,
I
they're-
took
they're the
speed
same
before
thing,
I
it's just
started painting them.
different
It
brands.
went shit.
Yeah, no, that has made a huge. We seem to be talking about wargaming painting tips, but fuck it, I'm fine with that.
Because we started with Henry Cavill.
I'd definitely say like the contrast paints, speed paints stuff has made a colossal difference since like the last time I was into painting stuff, which is like 7 or 8 years ago, before speed paints were like that massive.
Do you watch
So easy.
Peachy's YouTube videos? He did a whole
some
one
of them,
with
yeah.
the guy who basically
Oh, I did.
the contrast paints, and they basically saved Games Workshop.
Yeah, give it like
Contrast paints basically saved
that
Games
gets you to what, and then like you can then do all the fun stuff. So you can like build up some highlights, pick out all the little details and stuff. But like the
fucking
main
have a
bit of
can
it
of red
looks
paint
really good
explode all
already.
over it, you know, usual shit. Like I
that thing ended up looking really good.
not intentionally, and now I'm worried that I've got to do it for all of them.
Nah, just have like
nah.
one. Have like get like some mashed remains of some traitor or something and spread it
Yeah.
along the base.
And that might be quite cool actually. And then like tracks, like red tracks up behind it. Yeah,
Use some real meat.
yeah. Maybe not
Some
real.
real meat.
No,
Yeah.
Speaking of real meat, Henry Cavill. So
Nice.
So we're going to Bugman's Brewery in Warhammer World.
Yep,
Yeah. We're going to go look at all the dioramas and admire them first.
absolutely. Yeah.
stressing this
I've
isn't
never
a
been
date.
there, but they've got like all the Mike McVeigh ones from the 90s, haven't they?
I'm going next Saturday,
Nice.
I believe.
So
I'm
this
going
isn't a
Saturday.
date, is it, with Henry Cavill? It's not like he's rung us up and said, "I'll pick you up at 7:30. I'm going to take you to." You know, we're there as friends to have a drink.
Well, it's not
and
not a
admire
date.
some beers. It's it's just two dudes sharing a cramped booth in a bar. You know, like
At
they,
Warhammer
they
World.
might do it occasionally, but you know, there's just two dudes in a cramped booth surrounded
at
by
least it
miniatures.
doesn't matter
There aren't
if
many pubs where it's considered acceptable to whip out a few little paint pots and just have at it
Mhm.
at your table.
You know, it's highly erotic. I mean, it's incredibly charged. In that
He'd be
atmosphere.
like, I'd be like, I'm not sure I need the Titan. He'd be like, Dan, get the fucking Titan. Just get the Titan.
yeah.
What
Oh,
happens if
fuck
he-
it, Henry, I'll get the Titan. He's that kind of guy, I reckon.
No, what
Or-
he says, look, just to celebrate this drink out, I'll get you the Titan, Dan.
Yeah, he's gonna say, "You're right.
gonna
You,
give
you
you a
don't need the
Titan.
Titan. You don't need the Titan." And then the next day, there'll be a ring on your doorbell, and you'll open the door. There'll be nobody there, and you look down, and there's a Forge World box on your doorstep with a bow on it.
Amazing. Henry's so thoughtful.
He's such a good guy, isn't he?
He is a good guy.
Not
And inside,
Forge World,
not only will there be the Titan, but just rolled up next to it will be a brand spanking new vest for you to paint it in.
Nice.
And then he'll turn up going, I figured we could do this together.
In a vest.
He's got a
Sure thing,
matching.
Henry.
He's got a matching
Yeah.
Titan.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a similar one, yeah.
Amazing.
But then you could also sit and talk about who he's going to play in Warhammer, the 40k TV series as well.
Yeah, which, as far as I can tell from the internet, everybody, all the characters should be 100% Cavill all the time.
There are other people that play Warhammer. Raoul Colley, for starters.
Well, other
Yeah,
than
in
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Well, who the fuck cares?
I play Tom, and I don't care about myself.
Oh, no, I thought you meant famous people. Like, I know you play it and stuff. And
Thanks, Tom.
I meant famous people. I thought when you said there are other people that play it, sorry, you didn't clarify.
Yeah, quality people.
Yeah.
Less than nothing people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. More than nothing people, I suppose.
Yeah. Not plebs, Dan. I'm talking about real people.
You still here, Dan?
Proper people. A proper person. No, you
Actual
are. You're-
humans, yeah.
Yeah, you're a proper person. I like you.
Thanks, Tom.
Nice.
Right. Henry Cavill, we've done that to death. Henry Cavill's the answer to most of our questions most of the time, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Where are we going with this? There's an obvious one as well.
I'm going to say Matt Berry.
Oh, fuck yes! God, I hadn't even
And-
thought about
and
Matt Berry. Yeah.
I've thought of this.
Yeah.
We are going to find a pub that's got karaoke on. So I was thinking maybe the Farmer's Boy in St Albans.
But then if he goes to the Farmer's Boy, we can invite Matt Holness as well
Yeah.
to
So
come
we
along.
go there. It's nice and quite cozy, but also some nice food. Have a few pints. Karaoke's going. Just go on, Matt.
Matt Berry is quite good friends with Mark Morris as well, so we could get Mark Morris in, and Dan, we could have a reunion, like an Electric Kicks gig night reunion.
Yeah.
He'll remember us 100%. Like,
If you get Matt Berry and Matt Holness there as well, they could talk about like, is it Holness? It is Holness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They could talk about like Garth Marenghi
Bob.
as well.
wholeness.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Holmes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gold Run. Yeah.
Matt Berry, when it's his round, we have to go. Is what are you all having? We'll go. Actually, Matt, we'll have whiskey, please. And just to make him go to the bar and go, whiskey.
Let's go.
He'd probably be the person that you most want to get actually like pissed with.
Yeah.
And end up sort of staggering
His
around
taste-
town.
All
His
of us.
taste in music is unbelievable as well.
Yeah.
Like, he is
Well,
a
that's why I want a
voracious...
karaoke, because I just want him out up singing. And
If you heard his album, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
He's got two
Brilliant.
albums actually, hasn't he? I think. now.
He's got like 5 albums. He's
Oh,
got
has he?
loads.
Okay, this
He's
is
got an entire album.
This is
of-
me keeping up with music.
He's got an entire album of TV themes from like the 80s and 90s.
Amazing.
Oh, yes, that's stunning, isn't it?
It's
That's
really fucking good.
Yeah, he's got a couple
really
of like
good.
they're really like folky like
Yeah.
albums.
He's
They're,
He's just a
amazing.
great musician as well. He is. I think he's fucking perfect. He is who I want to be more than anyone else in the world. Like if someone could say who would I want to be, and just swap into them, I would immediately swap into Matt Berry. Like he's doing it for the chubby guys as well, and I kind of love that. Thanks, Matt.
He's
No, fuck you.
he's ridiculously cool.
Yeah,
I don't have time to be
Effortlessly
sidetracked by
funny.
cheap sex potions.
yeah. There's a mural in, I think it's in Tucson, Arizona, and it's of him as the vampire, and he goes, "This is how we talk in Tucson, Arizona."
You really are the most devious bastard in New York, City.
God, he's
And I
so
did
good.
point out that the problem would be is going to a pub with Matt Berry might be a bit like going to the pub with Brian Blessed. He is so loud. You would
I don't
the
think
thing is,
I don't think he
in
would be
real
like
life,
that
he's
all
not.
the time.
Yeah.
You know, he'd know when to sort of rein it in. Whereas, you know, if you go out for a drink with Blessed, you know that he is like gagging for people to come up to him and get him to do, you know, lines from Flash Gordon and stuff.
Yeah,
He fucking loves
pontificating
it.
at annoyingly loud volumes.
I'm trying to think about Matt Berry. You know have you heard his claim to fame?
Apart from being
You
famous.
are here.
Matt Berry.
You and he were buddies, weren't you?
Yeah. Very good. Would you like an egg and soup? He played guitar and does the hey on this Strictly Come Dancing theme tune.
No shit.
Yeah, I read that interview. Like, you could not think of a more amazing but perfect for him fact.
So now, it's so obvious when you hear him go, hey!
So, yeah, the bit
on
right at the start where it goes, dum dum, hey!
Yeah,
That's
it's
fucking Matt Berry.
That Matt Berry. All right, I'm gonna. She's not listening. She's not streaming.
That's why you don't
That's
talk
not
to
the
her.
issue.
Yeah.
I'll
But yeah, you
tell her
can
after.
sure, you can tell her.
Go
But yeah,
for it.
it's,
Go for it, Duncan. We'll wait.
Do you know
we'll
what?
wait.
I don't think my wife is. I don't think my wife is listening either. Actually, do you know? What? I'm gonna go and fucking shout at her as well.
Emma is just there.
I
Hey,
read,
Duncan,
I
tell you
read
what,
that
everyone
interview
be
where he
quiet.
tells that story,
Everyone be
and like
quiet.
you tell the person doing the interview is like, no, come on, that's too good. That can't
Yeah.
possibly be right.
Everyone be quiet. Duncan, tell Emma.
Matt Berry plays guitar and says the hey at the beginning of the Strictly theme tune. Intro. The do hey. That's Matt Berry. Yeah, she's now confused. Right, let's continue.
There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad. I wanted to really pause it to bring it to a halt.
So many of Duncan's
100%.
anecdotes end with, she's confused now.
Still married me. She was a bit probably confused on the day after all, let's face it.
Hmm. That is an incredible Matt Berry fact.
It is, isn't it?
That's improved Strictly Come Dancing. Like 10
Almost made me want to watch it. Almost. Not quite.
should.
Fuck that shit. I don't need to see whether people dancing, if I'm honest with you. That's not on my list of things I want in my life.
I don't think you're exactly their target demographic.
No. That and Bake Off can fuck off as well. So. Sorry to people that like both those things. You're entitled to. I just don't want to.
You just come in here all guns blazing tonight, haven't you, with your spicy hot takes on things.
You know it.
There's quite a lot of really horrible stuff going on in the world though at the moment, so I'm going to stick mainly to light entertainment formats on the BBC.
I'm going to target the things that really matter.
Okay, so we've gone for a drink with Matt Berry. We've gone for a drink with Henry Cavill. Who else are we going for a drink with?
I want to go for a drink with Natalie Portman to ask her what the hell was going on with Thor: Love and Thunder, and just be kind of. I think it's I just think I'd be a bit curious. It would almost be something that comes up every. I'd be having a conversation. I'd be like, so do you like cats? And we'd talk about cats for a bit, and then I'd just be like, because.
And then she'll start saying,
I don't know
"Well, yeah,
whether-
actually, I mean, yeah, I've always loved cats and been quite into them." And you'll be like, "No, so seriously, though, what the fuck was up with
Yeah,
Thor:
but
Love and Thunder?"
Did you see the script before you started shooting? Or, I mean, what kind of happened there? Was Chris Hemsworth really on board with dogs?
Cats, yeah.
Do you like? Oh, sorry, yeah, we're on cats, aren't we? So
Let me tell you a really funny anecdote about my friend who had a cat jump out from the seat suddenly while he was going around a friend.
yeah,
This was a pre-recording anecdote as well.
yeah. He claims
Like,
that he
anecdote is
reacted.
really, really stretching it as more just sort of thing that happened.
Russ stole a cat.
I don't know. That was an anecdote. That was almost an Alan Partridge level of anecdote that he'll blow out of all relevance, in his autobiography. I quite like that, So
Yeah, but I feel like
that's what
Alan
happened.
Partridge would know what the little alcove that the pedals in your car come out of is called.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I found out that the bit on a car or a van or any vehicle that has the stalks coming out of it is called the binnacle, which I think is brilliant because I just think to myself every time I hear it, I just think, Captain Binnacle, permission to come aboard.
I mean, like the bit in between the steering wheel and the front bit.
Yeah, basically.
Where the indicators connect into.
It's basically the steering wheel's gooch.
It's called the binnacle.
It's not quite dashboard, it's not quite steering wheel, the taint.
Binnacle.
Yeah.
It's the gooch
binnacle
of the car.
Binnacle. That sounds very nautical.
We are going off on a proper tangent because my favourite name for a gooch is Smelly Bridge.
Fucking hell.
I refuse to talk to my wife about any activities between the 25th of December and the 31st of December unless she properly refers to it as the Christmas gooch.
Here's the Christmas gooch, yeah.
She prefers Betwixtmas. But
No.
It's the gooch.
it's the gooch.
It's the deepest, darkest days
the
between
gooch of the year.
Christmas. Yeah.
Christmas
It's
Smelly
the
Bridge.
taint after Christmas.
The little bit in between the two bright, fun parts.
Neither are bright and fun, let's be honest.
Some are quite wide, some are not. 7 days. 7 days, isn't it? 7 days? 6 days.
Mhm.
Isn't it? And that little taint there.
I like to let time go a bit hazy over there.
It just naturally does.
I'll like actively avoid knowing what day it is. Just treat every day like it's Saturday until you know you're at New Year's Eve. Then treat the day after that like a Sunday, and then you're back to work.
Oh no, sure, must be lovely to have that time off, and not have to worry about what fucking day it is.
Yep.
I gave you all way too much credit when I read the episode title. Fair. We should probably talk about actors we'd go for a drink with.
We totally are.
But we are. I think
At the
someone's
Natalie Portman
expectations
is
need to
sitting
be
there in the
managed.
pub, looking a
Brooke's
bit
right on this one.
confused and defensive, and trying to talk about cats.
Who have we been for a drink with?
So we've been on a drink with Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
Matt
Matt Berry.
Berry,
Matt Berry
and Natalie Portman.
Bury me inside you. What?
And Natalie Portman,
Yeah.
who
It's
I'm
totally fine. Yeah, so was it like an improv thing? Did people go off script a lot? And like it just the emotional tone does seem to really flip flop around quite a lot. I'm not saying it's not funny. It's just not always funny's not always what you No, but so yeah, your cats stuff. Yeah, sorry, do go on.
Stuff. Please keep going on about the cats, because when you stare into a cat's eyes, like sometimes they reflect, and I wondered if you ever reflected on Thor: Love and Thunder at all, and like the comedy is almost up there with kind of Rise of Skywalker comedy moments, isn't it? I feel like the writing staff at Marvel. Sorry, I was getting a bit Alan Partridge there. The writing staff at Marvel, it just didn't seem like it was particularly gelling as it had done. The
Have you
jokes
just
were.
watched Thor: Love and Thunder, Tom?
No, I haven't. It's just something that consistently. It's like a flea at the back of my head.
Good, is it?
It's not good.
So
No.
I didn't hate it. It's no Ragnarok, but then let's face it, nothing's going to be.
Nothing's going to be Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Okay,
think
well
you need to,
let's move on to the next one.
Let it just be its own thing. But I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I reacted to it as badly as you guys did.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
I genuinely hated it. I hated that, and I also didn't like Doctor Strange very much either.
No, I didn't like that one either.
I understand that some people do like that. But yeah,
Let's move on.
Tangent.
Let's move on from Natalie Portman. Let's take Brooke's advice here. Brooke, while we move on to the next actor, suggest the actor that you would like to go for a drink with.
I'm going to suggest it. No.
No. While we move on to the next one, while Dan, you move on to the next one. I'm just saying, Brooke, suggest one, because basically the only person engaging with the podcast on the chat at the moment.
Yeah, so thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Has Russ suggested one?
Yeah, Russ, go on.
So I would like to. Who would I like to go for a drink with? For 15 seconds to catch up, but we should be fine. Don't know what happened there.
Podcast gold.
Some sort of gremlin in the internet.
I don't think
where
we're
were we?
Elon Musk.
I don't think we're back.
Yeah, that's because I did literally just say it's going to be like 10 or 15 seconds until YouTube catches up. Possibly longer, because there's some gap there to buffer out. So it's all green here. It's saying excellent connection. It is going out. And if you spend the rest of the time staring at yourself on the stream, waiting for them to sync up, it's literally never going to happen. So it's back.
What's your point,
You're wrong.
Russ? What's your point? What are you driving
Russ,
at? What's
it's
your
still not working on YouTube.
Yes, but again, I
it
really
doesn't
don't want
appear
to
to be
labour this,
fine.
but you watching the stream on YouTube is not the same as us broadcasting the stream, which is, I mean, at
Is it
the
not-
current bitrate 2,687, showing up as excellent connection. Stream health tab is saying stream is healthy. I mean, I could go on. You know,
I was actually joking. It is working.
drop frames since we start, none. You know, so it's good. For the last 1 minute and 28 seconds, everything that you pedantic little cockwomble say has been going out.
That's good. That's good. Good to know.
I don't know about. I just think you should calm down a bit, Russ.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. I think you're just
Bit much, Russ. Come on.
chill. Just chill
Yeah.
out. Just chill out a bit. You know, it's supposed to be light entertainment.
Yeah.
You got really angry there about streaming and
And the stream's working, Russ. So you were wrong, really.
yeah, it's working now.
Yeah.
You're getting all fancy in your fancy about.
Come
Yeah,
on,
go on,
Russ.
have a swig of gin.
Yeah, have a swig in, gin, fuck a plug. You know, just. Who were we on?
Sorry, we really piled on there, didn't we? What were we talking about? Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Where do you want to take him, Russ? Where do you want him to take you?
I
for a drink?
feel like really classy restaurant with Hanks. I'd
The
like
Ritz,
to
the
you know
Tits.
probably make an evening of it. And then I'm hoping that he could take me to one of those like private members clubs where we just sort of sit in a booth and have nice cocktails for the rest of the evening.
Did
Would you talk to him about the Carly Rae Jepsen single?
which one?
He was in I Really, Really, Really Like You, wasn't he?
It was
Was
a
he?
great video.
He was in it.
He was.
Was he in the video?
Yeah, it was.
I have a question. Was he ever seen to be going to a certain island? Ever? Was he on one of the people that was mentioned?
Ooh,
He wasn't, was he?
I don't.
I'd ask him.
This is going to be a really awkward drink. You know, with Tom Hanks.
So
You know, you're not talking about his turn as Woody.
No.
You're going. God, you're questioning him about very heavy subjects.
Mhm.
Do you think he needs to be questioned about these things? Do you think someone needs
There's
to ask him?
something not right about him.
Now, you're thinking of the version of him in the Polar Express.
Yeah, there's a lot not right about him in that. But like, there's just something I don't know. I'm probably wrong. Seems like a lovely guy.
I see
Probably
that
is a
because
lovely
I sense a lot of suspicion from you.
So would you take him out for it just be like you staring over the brim of your drink at him the whole evening?
Tell me your secrets, Tom. Come on, tell me
Who, me?
everything. No, go on.
I don't.
Yeah, sure.
I don't really want. I don't think this is the time and place for that.
No, fair enough. No, I am just kidding. I think Tom Hanks would be a lovely person to go for a drink with.
Oh, but you know, you said it now, and like, you know, this is the clip they'll play in 20 years' time when they find out when all the stuff comes out.
Yeah, I'm
That'd
the
be
Johnny. I'm the Johnny Rotten of YouTube, definitely.
Yeah, this is the stuff.
Hanks
Well,
is
of
not
course
on the
I've
flight
said.
logs to the redacted island. Thank you, Fairplay. We do have some. So Brooke came through. She
Yeah,
used
so we've got
Fox.
Ian. I assume
Ian
that's
McKellen.
Ian McClellan.
Ian McKellen.
McClellan.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think that's a
Amazing.
pretty fucking great choice. I would love to go for a drink with Ian McKellen.
What with Gandalf?
Yeah.
I want him to go in full Gandalf costume though.
You wanted to turn up dressed as Gandalf?
Yeah,
Kind of grey or white.
white.
It
Really?
would be quite. It would be
Right.
quite funny if it was in a bit of a crowded bar and someone was trying to sort
Don't
of
do
get
it,
through,
Duncan.
and
Don't
then
do
he would
it.
just go,
Don't do
"You."
it. Don't fucking do it!
It's too easy. It's too easy.
I thought it was still good. Screw the lot of you.
I think I'd just like to go for a drink with Ian McKellen.
Yeah,
ask him-
he does seem like
Yeah.
someone who's a lot of fun, and he's got
Yeah.
a lot of good stories.
Like, it would be a swanky London bar. Great.
I think
Yes,
it would have
Brooke,
to
I
be-
agree.
I think it would have to be quite. No, white. White's the best Gandalf. White's the.
What are you talking
reborn.
about? He's
Grey,
like,
Grey's,
if you want-
Grey's more fun, isn't he?
If you're getting him to dress as Gandalf, you're getting him to dress as Gandalf the Grey. White doesn't have the funky hat.
No, but White is.
White
I'm not
doesn't
going to lose him
smoke
in the crowd.
Weed.
Do you think you're going to lose Gandalf the Grey in the crowd? Have
Well,
you seen
yeah,
how he
if it's-
dresses?
if it's dark,
Who else is
yeah.
dressing like that?
But if you go to a
quite
Hobbit
a lot
bar,
of people dress in outrageous clothing. Grey. Okay, Brooke, thank you. Yes, it's capital letters now. So
Yeah, it's great.
Clearly-
I am 100% with Brooke. on
clearly,
this
there's
one.
a differing of opinions here.
yeah, but like Gandalf, he wouldn't like. He'd be like, "Oh no, I'm not drinking. I've got to talk about the Maya for the next 4 hours."
White is going to come fucking riding in on Shadowfax, man.
No,
He's
yeah,
gonna-
but then he'd be like,
he's going to be coming in, and he's going. I'm going to
now Shadowfax, I would like to go for a drink with.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, well,
What
Brooke,
What were you
I
doing
find
before?
He's hundreds of years old as Grey. Yeah, absolutely. Too old. Too
No, he's
old.
Thousands.
What are you
Technically,
talking
no,
about?
But like
He's one of the
Gandalf the
Maya.
White, he'd be like, "You have read the Silmarillion, haven't you?" Like, oh,
No.
for fuck's sake, Gandalf! Come on, nobody's read the Silmarillion.
Yeah, no.
Duncan's read Silmarillion.
I was too busy
Right.
having full sex with a girl. With
Sure thing, Tom.
ladies.
Sure thing,
Yes.
Tom.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I actually met girls who wanted to know about the Silmarillion.
No, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
That's got to be one of the limpest brags I've ever heard.
Brooke is a lady who does know about the Silmarillion as well. So,
It's fine to
okay.
know about the
Ladies.
Silmarillion, but let's face it, nobody's
There you go.
nobody's,
Spread it.
I have
Yeah.
read it.
nobody's read it
Excellent.
and absorbed it.
What was your favourite bit of the Silmarillion?
I've.
Salmonella.
Do you not like Lord of the Rings, Tom? Because you are famously described the books, the films, as not very good because you like the books too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I mean,
just.
you are, you're just like, you're just flat wrong there, aren't you?
Yeah, the
I-
films are fucking great. It's just yeah.
It seems to really wind you guys up. So no. I mean, I stand by it. I had a very specific idea of what things looked like in my mind, and the films were completely different. And so that worries me because everyone else accepted it as, oh, this is definitely what I was thinking about. Like, it's brilliant. It's the best thing ever. Whereas in my head, everything was very different, and I don't want to accept your truth. I have my truth about the Lord of the Rings.
You're just upset that there was no Tom Bombadil,
Yep, that's why I'm upset.
and that there was no I mean, if they had included the Barrow-wights, it would have been pretty cool. My favourite.
And Barrow White's my favourite soul singer.
That's a joke there.
We got it together, didn't we, baby?
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
Can't get enough of your ring, baby.
When they're walking around in the mist, go, I can hear something.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Oh, the first, the last, my everything. I think it's coming from over there. There's a white satin suit and a man in front of a piano.
The only problem with is as Gandalf, he'll turn up 45 minutes late and then start with all the wizard rhymes when he means to crap.
It's true. That's such a cop out for like not getting ready. You know, he didn't start getting ready anywhere near early enough.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it takes 45 minutes to get there, and I only need like 45 minutes to get ready. But then forgot about it until 15 minutes before the 45 minutes to get ready started. So, and then he was like, oh fuck it, I'll go and sort some stuff out and get something out of the tumble dryer.
I'd have been here sooner, but the Eagles were busy.
But it's not like he even turns up looking, particularly pristine.
Hence why I want Gandalf the White, because he shows up looking pristine with backlighting.
So are you trying to
think
get
you
into
can
some
get-
more sort of like exclusive clubs and things that just they
Yeah.
won't let raggedy old
Oh
Gandalf
no,
go in?
I'm going to like back of the road kind of pubs with Gandalf.
I'm thinking like an old school country pub, not
Yeah.
like a gastro pub Sunday roast type place, but a proper, under an oak tree,
Yeah.
stinging nettles everywhere, country.
Brooke has
pub.
pointed out she wanted to go for a drink with Ian. We're like, yes, yeah.
With
We-
Gandalf the Grey, you're going to be drinking cans of Kestrel and screaming and shouting at passing stray
Shouting at
cats.
pigeons.
I think he'd fucking love that,
Yeah.
to be fair. However, Ian McKellen,
However, Ian McKellen, I
Smoky
think,
London Bar.
yeah, Smoky London Bar. I think he's, our opinion clearly doesn't matter.
It does.
No,
We're trying to get back
it
to
doesn't.
it, Bass, I
mean,
promise.
yes, it does.
Fuck you, Tom.
No, your opinion really does matter. So keep on putting it into the chat and see what happens.
We'll
saying
have a
that with
20-minute
more
conversation
sincerity.
about it. That's what we'll do. We need the content, Tom. Fucking Let them in.
content.
I am letting them in. I can't exactly stop them without turning it off.
Good. Don't turn it off, Tom.
I'm not going to turn it off.
Good.
Everyone's welcome. Come on, send us all the criticism in the world. So yeah, Ian, do we think he's still? Yeah, right. Do you know what? People they're getting on my wick.
Tom,
Getting on my wick today.
Tom,
Can-
just finish fucking talking.
Can somebody
okay?
explain to him the fact that there's a different, like, there is a delay? I don't know how to make it any clearer. But things like the chat, you can't just sit there staring at the chat and then having a conversation with it, because it's like 10
I can
to
fucking do what I
30
like,
seconds
Russ. I
behind,
am
depending on
I
where
am a
people are in the
citizen of the world.
what their connection's like. So you just can't, it doesn't work. You can't just sit there. If you want to do that, phone somebody.
I see all the other podcasters doing this. Why can't we do it? I see them having live chats.
No, just no.
Because they're doing it on Twitch,
That
not
is.
YouTube.
Um,
Do you think that's the difference?
Probably. I don't know. I've never watched Twitch.
anyway, I think how old is Ian McKellen now? Is he like 70, 80 years old?
Something like that. He's gonna be a lot of fun, and you know
Have a little
Patrick
look.
Stewart's gonna turn up as well.
Patrick Stewart's going to turn up at some point in an immaculate suit with beautiful, colourful lining.
That's it. You go out with Ian McKenna and like you're going to bump into people like that, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Because
And there's going to be lots of scarves.
He's
Some
84.
other
Blimey.
84,
other-
bloody Nora.
kind of cool nerdy stuff. So he would just talk about how much, like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Cool nerdy stuff like Shakespeare.
I want to ask him about how
What a
much
dweeb!
fun.
You read The Tempest.
I want to ask what it was really like to work with Ricky Gervais on Extras, because that bloopers bit where you know, Syrian wizard, you shall not
Not
pass.
pass.
Ian. I just think was absolutely fucking brilliant.
Yeah. 84. You're right, bro. Yeah.
And you won't be allowed the script, but you will learn the words and you will say them as if you are speaking them for the very first time.
His
How do I act so well?
his is second to Patrick Stewart's, though, obviously. Patrick
Yeah,
Stewart's in Extras.
I've seen everything.
I've seen everything. At this point,
Yeah.
I've seen everything.
And suddenly I'm playing in the
The World Cup,
final,
and I
the
score
World
the
Cup
winning
final.
goal.
I score the winning goal, and then we're in the dressing room, and then Posh Spice walks in, and then I close
Close
ball
ball
off
off
instantly. And the policewoman's chasing after me, saying, "Oh, you can't ride on the grass." And then my clothes fall off, and
all
she's
the
scrabbling to get it off, and then I ride off on the grass.
The grass.
So is it just you seeing women's tits, basically?
Yeah. Well, I'm sort of like my character in the X-Men, except I'm like more of a
James
We
Bond.
Patrick Stewart. We should ask why he played the shit emoji.
Is that if he rocks
Everyone
up?
gets tax bills.
Good point.
It's like Bill Murray, who, by the way, would be someone I would go for a drink with as well. I think Bill Murray.
I don't know. I kind of want to love Bill Murray.
Sorry.
Kind of want to love Bill Murray. There's a lot of stories about Bill Murray.
True. Okay, well, I take that back. I take it back.
Just on Ian McKellen, I would spend the whole night asking about Lord of the Rings. I'm that basic. I would just be like, tell me everything that happened on the set of Lord of the Rings. I want to know everything. Tell me about what happened when Viggo Mortensen kicks the fucking helmet and breaks his toe. I want to know all of it. I want to know everything. I want to know about the helicopters. I want to know about Boromir. I want to know what Sean Bean looks like naked. I want to know all of it. Just tell me
Sorry,
everything.
what was that last bit?
I said I want to know about, like, you know, when he kicks the
Bit of a
helmet.
leap of assumption that he's definitely seen Sean Bean naked.
We've all seen Sean Bean naked, Russ. He can't
I
help
have.
himself.
Yeah,
He's been naked before Lord of the Rings. He was naked in pretty much everything he did.
that's true.
He's yeah.
Even in Bravo 2 I think you see a little bit of knob.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
It's a little
I think it's like the cuff. I don't think it's anything else.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
you ask
yeah.
yourself,
No,
which
but,
bit's the cuff?
in all seriousness, Ian McKellen, I think has a wealth of stories. Like, he would be an amazing person to go for a drink with. You'd get hammered. You know he loves a drink as well. You know, he clearly just loves a
It would top
crazy
it all
night.
off if he knew some magic tricks, wouldn't it? like really top it off. Was this your card? Oh my god, Ian, it was.
Fuck me, Ian. That's
How
so
the
amazing.
fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
I think
Henry
Gandalf
didn't
really
do any
specialised
magic
in like
tricks.
close-up party magic very much.
Yeah. Just suddenly there's 3 balls in his hand. You're like, oh god, Ian, that is. Well, I didn't. Dan, did you see that? I didn't see that.
How he does it.
That was I don't know how he does
can't
that.
tell us.
Spend all
He's in the
night with Ian
magic circle.
McKellen. When we talk about this, says no, but seriously, they're like, it was in my pocket already. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing.
And
Did
it
you
had
know
my
this about
writing
him?
on it. I'd already said. It was the same one. He didn't even touch me.
I mean, we mean to tell you something. Last podcast on the left, Tom, have recently started doing the. Did you see about this? Did you know about this?
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, seriously.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, we were there
Have you read
first.
about this?
Our,
It was
our
in-
influence spreads further and further. Yeah.
Yeah. Another one, Bass. He came up with. He said he wanted to go drink with Christopher Lee. Obviously, living Christopher Lee.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah,
But
that would
then
be
you
fucking great. as
also
well.
just talk about, and you could really go into Lord of the Rings because he was a huge.
He was a big old nerd about it, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, we would be talking Children of Húrin, and
You think-
the lost. Yeah, he was a huge nerd.
No,
on...
you think I'm letting him not talk about the Wicker Man all night?
Hmm.
I am 100% going right. Tell me everything about the Wicker Man.
I'm
I want.
Lord of
I
the
want to know.
Rings.
I want to
And
know
Dracula.
about the Wicker Man.
I want to know
wanna
about seeing Sean
Edward
Bean
Woodward.
naked.
Well,
Everything
no,
about it.
sure, seeing Sean Bean naked. I want to know about Britt Eklund and and her experience on the set. I want to know what it was like. I want to know just all of it about the Wicker Man. I am such a fucking Wicker Man nerd. I want to know everything about it.
Also, you'd want to. I mean, I know you really like the film and stuff like that. So I would have thought you'd want to know more about his time on Attack of the Clones, because of course, big part of that.
His 80% of Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. Well, remove 80% of it. It's his 20. It's his 80% of the 20%.
Do you know what's weird? Since starting this podcast, the prequels have become much more well received. Like
Yeah.
literally
Well, 'cause
since we started this podcast.
Everyone who was
Yeah.
a kid and saw them when they were 6 is a grown up now, but for some
Yeah.
fucking reason. So, and obviously they're really emotionally attached. You know, they are their Star Wars films.
They're far better than I remember them being. We watched. Vinny's watched them all now.
You know, they are and they aren't.
Remember we did the commentary track to Phantom Menace, and we spent a
Yeah.
good 10 minutes. 10 minutes where they're talking about tax negotiations. And we spent 10 minutes where we go, this is boring. Let's talk about something else while they're doing this. We went through the Xbox news whilst they were busy talking about negotiations. Attack of the
And
Clones is trash.
There's Lee. I think he was an SOE.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? He was an SOE
Yeah,
operative.
he was so he was like in sort of the precursor to the current sort of special forces
Yeah.
regiments that we have that didn't exist back then. But
And he was actually he was often on films, sort of saying things like, "That's not what a silenced pistol sounds like." You know, that's not what that
was it
sounds
on?
like.
I can't, it was either on Lord of the Rings or
Yeah.
something like that. And like there was a bit in the film where somebody gets their throat cut, and he sort of took the director aside. He's like, "No, that is not at all what it sounds like, or how you do it when you are cutting a man's throat."
It was when he gets stabbed at the top of is it Orthanc? So the tower, his tower?
Yep.
Yeah. By what's his face?
Wormtongue.
Grima Wormtongue, yeah. It's when he then goes, no, this is not how it works. You wouldn't do it like this. It's like fucking hell. Saruman knows some shit. He is I want to hear those stories. I agree, Brooke. I wanted to hear those stories as well. He has seen some shit.
Also,
Well, it's like
I want to know about him because he was Scaramanga.
Scaramanga. He was fucking Dracula. He was arguably
No,
Come,
I
come,
know.
Mr. Bond.
Yeah.
You derive just as much pleasure from killing as I do.
he was arguably the best Dracula.
Yeah, and
He's
one
the,
of
I
the,
mean, he's the iconic Dracula, really, isn't he?
he's the best villain.
Bela Lugosi, obviously, but
I think more. I think more based on absolutely nothing. But I'm
Yeah.
thinking more people would think of his face.
he's.
if you think of
I
a
thought.
Dracula.
I think he's a very. I think he's my favorite Dracula. But I really like those Hammer horror films, though. So, but yeah. And the fucking Wicker Man. He's in the Wicker Man. That's more important. That film's fucking incredible. Not the Nicolas Cage one. Fuck that shit.
Now, dear!
he kept everyone straight. Also,
Wake up,
on Lord of the
man!
Rings.
Yeah, wake up!
He what? Sorry.
He kept everyone straight on Lord of the Rings as well.
Pretty
He was
difficult to do when Aragorn's there.
But tish.
Yeah.
Very good, Dan. You get
Thank you.
10 of my love points.
Wow, that's the first 10 I've got. Is this a new thing?
It is. I've lost my post-it though that had clever joke written on it in a blend of capital and lowercase letters. So unfortunately, you don't get that anymore. I have to remake that. It's like, sorry.
We probably should be wrapping up soon, but no one said Pedro Pascal yet.
Oh, he'd be great.
Yeah, and I'd want to do like full-on unbearable weight of massive talent and do Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage.
I
Love
was
to
also
interview
going to
this
say
page.
Elijah Wood because not just again. I know sounds more Lord of the Rings, but I would actually do a date where we go to because he loves spooky shit as well. So it would be like let's go.
Christopher
either
Lee
to-
loves spooky shit.
Christopher Lee as well.
So what we've really established is we want to hang out with the entire cast of Lord of the Rings.
but
Oh my
there
god!
is-
And we haven't even mentioned Sean Astin yet.
well,
We've kind of gone quite predictable with our choices, though. I don't feel like we've confounded any expectations.
Yeah, no one said like Harold Shipman or something. I suppose so. You know.
Well, Harold Shipman is not an actor, so no,
Nah.
none of us.
That is the one reason why he's
so-
not on this list.
I
Yeah.
also
Duncan.
thought Helen Mirren.
Helen
I would-
Mirren,
Helen Mirren would be
fabulous.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
She would be.
But
Yeah.
admittedly, this was also when Tom was talking about
No.
appendages.
No.
But Helen Mirren
but
would be
s-
awesome because
Speaking of people I'd like to go for a pint with, though, have you seen the Louis Theroux documentary with Pete Doherty?
I would hate to
Haven't
go
seen
for a
it
pint with
yet.
Pete Doherty.
He's clean. Like I would now. and
Oh,
has been
okay.
for a
No.
couple
So you
of
got the
years.
choice of Pete Doherty on crack or Pete Doherty reading out his fucking poetry, and like I don't really want either of them. If I'm honestly.
Well, no, but you've actually got the you've got so binary. You've got the new, like the clever, charismatic Pete Doherty, which is buried in there somewhere, which came out quite nicely in the Louis Theroux interview. I'd quite like to have a drink and a chat with him about life, the universe, and everything.
You know, the Libertines had like 3 great songs, right? That's what I'd
yes,
be like. Yeah, that's what I'd be like.
yeah.
But they were quite good, those 3 songs. Well
It's cool,
done.
man. Just shit on my choices. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm going
It's
to,
all
I'm going
good.
to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
I'm just gonna turn my mic off.
Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
cool,
not
wouldn't it?
predictable, of course. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good choice.
Do you want me to
Great
someone go
choice.
someone not predictable?
No, great. No, it's fine. No, Dan, don't worry. Don't go the extra mile for the podcast.
Keanu's in there as well, obviously.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
Keanu.
Have you
All
seen
over
the?
that.
He's doing there's a documentary about the 2009 Brawn GP team
Yeah.
with Keanu Reeves sort of acting as like the host. Looks
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, it's meant to be
Definitely
really good
gonna
as
watch
well. Yeah.
Definite,
So,
definite
I'm here
upside to all
with
this like
everyone.
renewed interest in Formula One these days. Because that was definitely the period when I was properly into it, and the Brawn team story was it was pretty exciting bit of.
Well,
period
it
of
came from
Formula One.
fucking nowhere.
it was crazy because it was just almost like a proving the point story of going, look, I am this good.
Well, they were
of
getting
the
they were
team
getting
director.
sold. It was the Honda team, wasn't it? Honda sort of poached Ross Brawn. He spent 1 year being non-competitive to work on the following year's car. So they did shit for a year, but they were expecting to. And then just before they were going to launch the car, Honda bailed on F1,
Yeah.
And, so
and they were all going to
Brawn-
get sacked. So I think Ross Brawn bought the team, didn't he? And then
Yeah.
it was just like
And
it was meant to be like a temporary thing. They were hoping that some other manufacturer was going to come along and buy them, and then turned out they built a car that absolutely fucking decimated everything.
Yeah.
Did
But also
Brawn-
it showed that he was an amazing team director because he left Ferrari.
Yeah, he was technical director at Ferrari, wasn't he? He wasn't actually
Yeah, and
team
after he left, Ferrari just became shit for quite a while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he'd
that's
just, like,
exciting. Keanu Reeves talking to Jensen Button for an hour. I'll definitely watch that.
Yeah, I was. No, that looks really good. So,
Is there anyone else who want to go for a drink with?
Said Nicolas Cage.
I could be a bit much.
That'd be a fun night, though, wouldn't it?
I think you'd
Love
have
to
to
go
be
for a
like
drink with Dave Grohl.
you'd have to set up the date with Nicolas Cage, but you'd have to really see how you were feeling like 5 minutes before you need to leave, because I think you've got to be in the mood for it, haven't you?
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
I'm going to say Professor Alice Roberts. Would love to go on a drink with her.
Not an actor, just a scientist that you fancy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to withdraw probably. Oh no, Pete Doherty was in a film, so technically he is an actor. But then I guess Dave Grohl probably hasn't been in a film.
Okay.
He's been in a couple of films.
He's acted, yeah.
This is
Okay,
for,
fair dues. Of course he
this
has.
is
He was
for
in
a very
Tenacious
select
D.
few. I'm going to say Henry Zabrowski, because he is an actor,
Oh my god, that would be a fun night.
and we would go to just somewhere with lots of food.
Yeah.
Or
That would
maybe
be-
a Polish restaurant, because it'd be hilarious. Just have pierogies. Or
That would be
go to
good.
an Italian restaurant and get some scungili.
Yes, Duncan. Yeah. Henry, I'd go for a drink with Henry as well. That would be fun.
Great.
It would. You'd have once again. You'd have to commit to that night. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and just be willing to...
Yeah.
It'd just be so much fun going down all the random rabbit holes.
Matt Mercer. I'd go for a drink with Matt Mercer as well. While we're at it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Definitely.
Tenuous link over on that one. Troy Baker. I'd be interested to talk to him about his work voice acting.
Yeah.
Well, I say voice acting, actually, full motion capture acting and stuff like that. That sort of transference of yourself into a digital character, I think, is quite interesting motivation.
Yeah, definitely. I like that.
Dave was Satan. He was, wasn't he? Yes, sorry.
There you go.
Tenacious D. He was
Yeah.
Satan in Tenacious D, yeah.
He was.
Good memory.
Yeah. He's been in. I think he's been in a couple of other things as well.
It must have been, yeah.
I think, yeah,
But he's-
he has acted a bit. I'm sure he has.
There's a Foo Fighters film called...
Also,
Yes, but he's in that because he's in the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
He's not
Also-
playing Dave Grohl.
I'd have some questions about Nirvana. You know, Dave Grohl. Just
Would you?
saying. Yeah.
So, Courtney Love. Let's talk about Courtney, Dave.
Did she do it? Did she do it, Dave?
Did she? Is that
Answer
where
me.
all the animosities come from?
Yeah.
No, that's harsh. We definitely don't know what we're talking about there.
I think Olivia
Oh.
Colman could be quite good.
Oh
fun.
my God, Olivia Colman would be great.
Yeah, Olivia
Jessica
Colman, actually.
Hines, formerly Stevenson. I'd
Yeah.
definitely love to go for a drink with her.
I would like her to turn up
Hilarious.
while I'm talking to Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
Olivia
And
Colman
you'd want
would be-
Edgar Wright
would be a
to
good
rock
show.
on.
Yeah.
I finally got around to watching Secret Invasion.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's definitely a TV show.
I haven't watched Loki either. Apparently Loki's really good.
I haven't seen Loki yet. I'm about 2/3 of the way through Ahsoka at the moment. Which is
I haven't
pretty
watched
good.
that yet either.
I-
I rewatched The Bear though.
Can I ask you, Russ, how are you finding Ahsoka?
I'm quite enjoying it, but having not watched Rebels or anything like that, I don't know who half these people are. And it's very Dave Filoni
Yeah.
in that there's an ancient Jedi temple in every single episode, as far as I can work out.
I think it's the same one in a few of them. Speaking of, though, Ray Stevenson, I've always loved, and I've always thought he was great. I would love to have gone for
He's
time with
amazing.
him.
He's very cool.
great in it as well. Everyone in the Jedi Order knew Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became.
Nice.
Martin
Ex-
Freeman would be nice.
Excellent beard as well.
There's a
Yeah.
rumor about Martin Freeman, isn't there? He's not a wonderful person.
He's more, like,
Those rumors
I've-
have been around
I've
for a
seen
while.
interviews
Yeah.
with him. I think it's more just like he's not Tim from The Office.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, has anyone watched Breeders?
No.
No.
It's very good, but I think he's said that that's more like what he's like in real life than Tim from The Office. You just get so associated with one of these roles that people sort of get all like upset if you're not actually that person.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Any more
pretty
for
good
any more?
subjects. I'd quite like to go out for a drink with the lead raptor from the original Jurassic Park. and just talk to them
Be a
about
bit of a short night.
what it was like being in such a, because that was such like a revolution in terms of like dinosaur representation on screen. We hadn't seen anything like that before. So just what was that like? How was it? How did they manage with such limited?
I see where you're going with this. That's very good, Russ. I like it a lot. You're sort of talking like the rights and representation of dino kind on film.
Yeah, and just what was it? What was it like being so central to the story?
And watching and ask how it felt having all its feathers removed for the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like most,
even in 1993, there were some scientists sitting there in the cinema going, "Come on, we're leaving, kids. They haven't got feathers. We're leaving. This is garbage."
They should be the size of a turkey.
Yeah.
These things are clearly human size. I like the most that the Rex is the same Rex all the way through. It's like it's still Rexy, and she's like, by the fourth film, she's like, is it for the fourth film? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the sixth film, she's like 40, 50 years old. And just take.
Oh yeah, because you can see that she's got the scars from where the raptor landed on her in the first movie, hasn't she?
Yeah, it's the same Rexy. I love it. I love that, and she's been a presence in every single film. I love it.
Yeah.
Emma's choice was Michael Fassbender, but specifically
good choice.
Michael Fassbender in the same bar in Inglourious Basterds.
Ah, that's a good one.
And that she would just want him in that uniform speaking German to her and be fine.
Yeah, fair dues. There's bad things about fighting in a basement. Number one, fighting in a fucking basement. It's really good. Like, it's actually one of the most gutting deaths in that whole film, because like you kind of want Lieutenant Archie Hickox. Is his name? It's like Lieutenant Hickox. You want him to kind of pull through on that one, but fucking hell, brutal.
Yeah.
Say how we design to your Nazi balls. Brilliant.
It's a great film.
Yeah, cool.
Have you bought
Christoph Waltz, then I guess would be a good one. Oh, mate, we could just keep going. I'd like to have a drink with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Like, just like working in Hollywood for that long.
No, I feel like he would. You would sort of like, you'd go for a drink or something, or he'd go to the bar, and then he'd just disappear.
He really
He'd
would.
be off with somebody else.
Yeah.
Some 24-year-old.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "Yeah, I've got to go. They're IDing here, so I need to take her somewhere else."
Sadly, probably quite true.
Right. Should we wrap this up? We probably. Shouldn't we?
How long have we been whiffling on? Yeah, we probably should.
I've got another podcast to do after this, so yeah.
Oh,
for God's sake, Daniel.
Let's wrap this up then. Thank you very much for watching us on the stream. We hope you've enjoyed some of the suggestions for actors that we would go for a drink with, and hope you also enjoyed some of the many random and rambling tangents that we found ourselves on as well. As always, you can listen to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify. Just go for the capital letters TMTOOH. You can also hit us up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, using the handle at TMTOOH. And don't forget that in our Instagram bio, you'll find the link to our Discord server. And as Dan said, podcasts will be going up when they go up. In the meantime, head over to YouTube, watch the live recordings, because they're all there and they're all very funny. When I had COVID, I watched several of our podcasts, and I thought they were pretty damn funny. And that's coming from someone who's very impartial and very objective about these things.
Very, very hard to please.
Absolutely. Does anyone want to say anything? Dan, you look like you've got something. Yes.
So at some point, we'll probably start doing our films of the year on the Marveling Marvel. It will be our only podcast of the year. This is the only podcast we've done this year, but we want to do the films that we've seen this year. So if you've got like a list of films that you've really enjoyed and you want us to read them out, then send them in. Discord's probably the best place. If not, hit us up on Instagram. Just send us a message.
And what's the rules for that? Is that theatrical release this year?
Theatrical release this year. TV series as well. TV series this year as well. So we'll do our top 10 films.
I've actually seen some TV. Haven't seen any films.
What have you watched this year, Russ?
TV wise?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you put me on the spot there. I can't actually remember anything. But I'm sure there's been some good stuff if I really thought about it.
Sounds like the topic for another podcast, though. We haven't had a proper
that's literally
up,
what Dan's just talking about.
What you're holding, what
That's
you're
what I'm talking about with another podcast I'm doing. But yeah, sure. We can do that. Just double up. We'll be fine.
Yeah, well, we're different people, aren't we? We still have different answers, hopefully.
We won't.
You said something about more content, and I feel like that would be more content.
Congratulations, Tom. Yeah. But let's go talk some NFL, so we should wrap this up.
Right, time to
Sweet,
go.
okay.
Somebody get us out of here.
Okay, right, we're going to go. Russ, goodbye.
Laters.
Duncan, goodbye.
Cheerio.
Dan, goodbye.
Bye.
Cheers. It's goodbye from me, Tom. And on that note, we hope you have a lovely time. And cue the music, Russ. Cue the motherfucking...